Really, it's a rape jihad. It's a rape jihad going on in our country where 90% of the convicted perpetrators are Muslim men. 20% of them are called Muhammad. We're told continuously this has nothing to do with Islam. This has everything to do with Islam.
Well, Tommy Robinson for many years has been warning that the orthodox radical Islamists is pouring in from all over the world into the UK, plan to conquer the country. Hell, that's what's taught at the moderate mosque. And political correctness says we're not supposed to say that, but then now radical Islamist women lead marches in Berlin and Washington, D.C., and in London, England, and thousands of women put on hijabs. And then you see Marie Le Pen in the lead in the polls in France, they're going to try to steal it from her, saying the biggest threat we face in France since World War II is the Islamic invasion. They indict her. She's in court right now. They took Geert Wilders in the Netherlands to court. And I've told you, what you see in Europe's now happening in England, now happening here. They've banned Tommy Robinson from peaceful marches in England, flying the British Union Jack. I've been in England. It's a big wake-up call for me. The first time I was there was 2005, and I'd be videotaping Parliament for a shot, for a cutaway, and Muslims would come out of their way up in their outfits and go, "Hey, you, turn that off. What do you think your problem is?" And I noticed the Brits were groveling. I'd say, "Get the hell out of my way. You want to go? Let's go. I'm on Mr. Tough Guy. You start screaming, bowing your fist up. Let's go." Then they go, "Oh," because they're not used to people telling them to go to hell. Now, Mr. Robinson will. But here's the deal. I don't want to fight with Muslims. I went to high school and college with nice Muslims that were engineers, had degrees, and didn't like radical Islam, wanted to go drink beer. But the vast majority are under this control. There's massive inbreeding. It's admitted. Just like elites get mentally ill. That's a big problem in Islam. And so you've got some problems here. And TommyRobinson.co.uk is the website. They take him out of context. They lie about him all in the news. The point is that leftists were out there last week after the big terror attack, guy running people over, stabbing them with ISIS. Parliament says it's not Islamic. He goes out there. There's a long video. We'll play some short clips of it. They're out there laughing. The leftists are about it. In fact, here's an article. Keep calm, Alex Jones. The Queen is not being pressured to convert to Islam. I've got countless videos of people screaming, "Get out of England. It's ours now," in their outfits, 80+% on welfare. What a group of pigs. Come to your country, claim they want to put hoods over your kids' heads, tell you got to convert or die, say the Queen's got to get out, and then they don't deny it's true. They say I'm a kook because we got a guy saying you're going to convert. That's what they did in Constantinople. That's now Istanbul. That's what Turkey used to be Christian. That's what they did in Greece. Greece just is now allowing mosques to be set up. It's only a few hundred years ago they got the Muslims out. Greeks used to be blonde-haired, blue-eyed folks. Do you understand what Islam does? The most pure forms of it, they have slavery and sell women on slave blocks. And the media makes jokes, and Colbert goes, "What's a slave block?" Knowing his dumb audience doesn't know, they put your ass up on a block and people bid on you. In Sudan, in places like that, in Somalia. And Trump's like, 7 countries don't even have IDs. They don't even have working governments. You can't even fly out of Somalia. You got to go to another country. No, we don't accept you with your piece of paper from Somalia until you get a real government. Oh, my God, he's so horrible. J-Lo. It's amazing. It's amazing. Greeks were conquered and for hundreds of years under Islamic control. The Greeks had to hide in the hills for hundreds of years and be in constant civil war until they finally drove the Muslims out. To the Greeks' credit, they actually kicked them out. Nobody else ever seems to. Europe almost got completely taken over. The whole race culture mission of Islam is to conquer everything. Japan will not allow one Muslim to immigrate to Japan because they're not suicidal. Now I want to go to our guest for the rest of the hour. I'll skip a break so we have more time. Tommy Robinson, TommyRobinson.co.uk. I want to play a few clips of him first, though. Again, first him, rebuking some of these libtards, and then, again, self-loathing, nihilistic suicide heads. And then we're going to show the guy saying we're going to take over your, kick the Queen out of her palace. Well, I say if the Queen doesn't like having sovereignty, she should go back to Germany or back to Transylvania, where her and her whole carpet-bagging anti-UK family came from. I'm not going to get into that. And there's some good things about having some sovereignty and some of the old systems there and people liking it. I get that's the only culture England's got, but that's another false culture dropped on top of its head. If you're a historian, you know that. But the point is you shouldn't ban the flags and the rest of it. But let's go ahead and play those clips. I'm going to go to our guest. Here it is. All right, and I've got some other clips we're going to get to coming up, like the one that's in the Daily Beast, where, again, keep calm, Alex Jones. The Queen is not being pressured to convert to Islam. So the Muslims don't pressure anybody to convert. They never take over. Grass isn't green. This is an assault on reality. So to give us the big picture and then to drill into what's currently happening, Tommy Robinson now joins us with again, we're going to play video in a moment, too. Shows a Saudi man literally herding women down the street with a stick. This is routine. If you're out without a hood on your head, you get beaten or killed. But we should all accept this because we're liberals. So Tommy Robinson saying things now you can get arrested for in England, but he keeps doing it. Here you are beaming into the United States and what's left of the free world. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, Alex.
Well, I've been ranting, kind of setting the table. Give us the big picture. What's going on in the UK? The current battle. What's happening?
So I'll give you the background of where I live. I was born in 1982. When I was born, we had one mosque. There's currently 30 mosques in my town. My town is 30 miles north of London. It was the launching pad for the 7/7 bomb plot. It was the fertilizer bomb plot, the Stockholm bomber. There were Muslims put in jail this year for planning to behead an American soldier on the streets of the UK. Currently, 40% of my town is Muslim. I've seen firsthand the problems that this culture and this ideology will bring to your town. I've seen the attack on your freedom, on your free speech, on your women, on your culture, on your identity, the erosion of who you are. Everything comes under attack. And of course, not all Muslims, but this is a reality of what I've seen. When you were talking a minute ago about, you were discussing inbreeding in the Islamic community. Now, these are facts, and I understand liberals don't like facts. 3.4% of England is Pakistani, okay? Pakistani heritage, 3.4%. They are responsible for over 30% of the birth defects. These are all problems that will come with Islam. In the UK, we've had 66% of British Muslims said they would not report on fellow ISIS fighters. 66%. So when we talk about terrorism, terrorism is very bad. We've had 12 planned terrorist attacks last year. No one draws in on that. We've had one successful one in years, but we don't realise that every year, if they were successful, we'd have had shopping centres, aeroplanes, schools, everything would have been attacked every month. We'd then realise, then the liberals would realise, everyone would realise we're at war. We're in a war zone here. Now, the terrorism is bad, but the general views, the general consensus of the way
raping in the swimming pools, raping everybody, running around bullying, supporting all this crap. The welfare rates, 80-something% of the Muslims in Germany are on welfare. I mean, this is just staggering. And then the arrogance, the bitching that everybody has to roll a red carpet out, and the grand imam saying, take that weapon, they're weak. I mean, it's like a joke.
In the UK, 75% of Muslim women are on benefits and 50% of Muslim men. When you talk about taking our women, most recently in Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales, we had an imam who said the time is coming soon when we take the non-Muslim women as sexual slaves. We don't need an imam to say that, because Muslim men already in our country are taking our women as sexual slaves. We have street-level gang grooming. They call it grooming in the UK, like it's cutting the hairs of dogs. Really, it's a rape jihad. It's a rape jihad going on in our country where 90% of the convicted perpetrators are Muslim men. 20% of them are called Mohammed. We're told continuously this has nothing to do with Islam. This has everything to do with Islam. These gangs that are raping.
That's right, sex slavery. Look at Al-Qaeda and ISIS, all the sex slaves. And let's expand on this, though. What's going on with the left and their true alliance with it? How do they think being bought off by Islam And I guess because it's anti-West, that's all the left cares about. The Green Party and all them cheering, thank God Germany won't be German, we'll be Islamic soon. And they cheer, you know, in major cities. And you know, the feminist mayor of Cologne says, don't wear miniskirts or the Muslims will rape you. It's your fault. It's like, because they're the feminists, they've now become the anti-feminist. It's a cult. What the hell's going on with the left?
There seems to be in the left a strong alliance between the Marxists, the communists, and Islam. And I believe they think they can use Islam. They confuse because they're against the rule of democracy. They're against the rule of law. They're against democracy, and I believe they really think they can use it to bring it down, not understanding that they'll be the first victims of it. And whether this view that you could import Islam into our country and combine the two together, it's like oil and water. Now, when you have Angela Merkel, you have David Cameron, you have all world leaders saying that multiculturalism has failed, they're just too cowardice to say Islam has failed.
And let's expand on that. My biggest issue with Islam is it does come in and try to make you conform. And all over Germany says you can't have outdoor Oktoberfest because the Muslims come and attack you because they don't like seeing men and women running around having a great time eating big old, you know, beef stew and sausage and drinking beer outside. I mean, it's just crazy in a nice, cool, you know, night. They don't like people having a good time. It's a cult of killjoys, and we're not going to put up with it. And I don't understand what the hell the left is doing backing this. So my biggest problem is it's not compatible, and the left is trying to get rid of our speech so we can port to it. No. Sorry.
And I think they wish to maintain power. Now, if I bring you back to my hometown again, if you look at the demographical growth forecast for the communities in my town, by 2030, the Pakistani and the Bangladeshi communities will increase by 70 to 77%. The white and black community will increase by 1.3% to 1.4%.
That's not even replacement.
They see the future. The future is with Islam. The future is with Muslims having 5.6 children, us having 1.3. So the Labour Party in my town, which is the left-wing Labour Party, the equivalent of your Democrats, they completely see that we as white working-class Englishmen, we are irrelevant. We do not matter anymore. The future is not with us. So they're Biden.
But here's the deal. It's not even like we're being racist. They're totally race and religion based. And then they won't even let us just die and them take over. They want to piss on us while they take over. And the left is just running around because they hate the West so much. It's celebrating their own destruction. It's crazy.
There's a great speech. There's a speech by Shahid Malik, who was the first Muslim minister of the Labour government. And he said in 2004, we had one Muslim MP. In 2006, we had 2 Muslim MPs. In 2008, we had 4 Muslim MPs. In 2010, we had 10 Muslim MPs. And in between saying each thing, he says, inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. He says, within 30 years, the leader of this country will share our faith.
Let's go to Debit in Florida. Debit in Florida, you're on the air.
Great. Hey, thank you so much. Listen, I have bought your product, and I gotta say they're amazing. Anyone who's on the fence, buy it, because I've got Caveman, Superman Vitality, Secret 12, Vitamin Mineral Fusion. I've got the body armor.
Wow, thank you.
Wow.
You're the type of listener that makes it all possible. Which nutraceutical does you like best?
I really like the Vitamin Mineral Fusion, to be honest. That's
amazing.
Really incredible. I drank it in the morning, and I swear to you, I felt incredible. Like I haven't felt weak. My morning was fantastic, and I love you guys. I love the InfoWars crew, and I just want to, I want to take this opportunity to tell anybody out there who's on the fence. Just buy it. You will love it. I'm telling you, I've never bought a bad product.
What you find in our news is the same thing you find in our products at InfoWarsLife.com. It's a win-win, InfoWarsLife.com.